What's up, y'all? Phil James. It is Friday. It's October 6th, and it's 2017. So, I know a lot of people have done videos about this guy, so I'm doing mine. Let's talk about this Vegas Mandalay Bay shooting. Let's talk about it for a second. Vegas, with all the casinos there set up to make money and to have, a miniature Fort Knox, basically. There's mad security. There's mad CCTV footage and cameras constantly recording everything. All over the place. All over the Vegas Strip. All over everything. Okay? Not to mention that this guy, this shooter, this rich man that, for no reason was never a gun guy and so on and so forth, just decided to take 23 guns up into a hotel room over a few days, get them in there, and then just start unloading on people. Like, okay, very strange. Very strange story, very strange number, and just all around very awkward that this whole thing is, being preached like this. So let's carry on, shall we? This guy shoots one man 3 times in the chest from God knows how far, all the way up in his hotel window that he broke out. He pops this dude 3 times, same dude 3 times in the chest. And this man, thank God, was there to save him. So let's go ahead and listen.
Right now, Mike Kronk, who was at the concert when the shooting broke out. Mike, just a horrifying scene right there. Tell us what you went through it.
It was very horrifying. At first, it sounded like fireworks, and then my buddy that was standing right next to me said, "I'm hit," and then we knew it was real, and it was chaos. We got him down, and people screaming, and
he got hit.
Okay, if my buddy, good buddy, got shot 3 times in the chest, I definitely wouldn't be looking like this guy. This guy seems pretty happy to be on TV, doesn't he? Now let's carry on.
Right in the chest?
Just pretty horrific. My buddy got shot 3 times in the chest.
How is he doing?
Last I heard, I haven't been able to, leave here, but he said he was going to be good.
My goodness. So tell us what...
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. Now, does anybody realize what, the double tap is? Now, when a cop is under fire, or a cop, or, military, or anybody shooting somebody, anybody who has a job where, their life is on the line and they have to take other lives, it's common that adrenaline's pumping and they're shooting at somebody. One shot doesn't do it necessarily, but when a body receives 2 shots, it starts to shut down. You know what I mean? It's like overwhelming for the adrenaline. I mean, it even messes with the adrenaline of the person. So once people get double tapped, it starts to really shut a body down. You know what I'm saying? So this guy gets shot 3 times in the chest, and from what he knows, he's good. Just fine. And he's smirking the whole time. Are you seeing the shit-eating grin this guy has the whole time? He's like, yeah, I'm literally spilling shit out of my mouth right now. With this face. Continue to watch this face.
What happened in those moments afterwards? How did you all get out of there?
Most people started scattering, and they climbed the fence, but I had to stay with my buddy. So we got him over the fence once the fires stopped and slid him under his stage so we were safe. And then we transported him around the backside of the event.
How did you get him around? How did you stop the bleeding? Got him over to the triage. There was 3 of us carrying him, and there was a cart. And so we got him on the cart, and we wheeled that around. So you were able to get him into the triage. And
all right, so once again, a lot of people have mentioned this. How'd you stop the bleeding? How'd you get him around? There was 3 of us. We got him on a cart, and nothing said about stopping the bleeding at all, as he continues to just grin and cheese like a mofo You know what I'm saying? Look at that face. Like, look at his face. At the very beginning, if you go back, you can actually see he's like, it's like he just sprayed clear eyes in his eyes to make it look like he was all watery-eyed or something. But then he starts smirking, and that goes right away. And then my buddy, he doesn't say a name, which, you know, could be just because of the news. You know, he might not just want to spill the guy's name, but it's still very strange. You know, like I said, if my best friend got shot, you know who you are if you watch this video, buddy. If he got shot 3 times in the chest, I'd be tripping. I don't even know if I could necessarily do a news interview. You know what I mean? So, very strange. Very strange. And, you know, there's all these heroes coming out now. All these people being found that are heroes. Like this guy. So let's go ahead and continue with this dude.
And where did you all go next, and how did you find safety?
Well, I wasn't really worried about the safety part because I was going to stay with my buddy. There were no ambulances available really because it was a fire zone. So we actually got 4 wounded.
It was a fire zone, so there was no ambulances. Notice how I said that? No ambulances around because it was a fire zone. Now, fire zones are meant for emergencies, correct? So wouldn't an ambulance just pull up into the fire zone, considering the largest, like, mass shooting in modern U.S. history just went down, supposedly? Once again, very awkward. Let's continue.
People in the back of a truck.
I know you got 4 wounded people in the back of the truck, but not all of them made it.
No, and no one of the guys.
Look at that face. He's talking about a fellow human being dying, not making it. His buddy was shot 3 times in the chest, and somebody just died in the back of the truck. One of the 4 people he's talking about him saving. Look at that face. Does that really look like somebody didn't make it? Really? Look at him. Unbelievable. Let's carry on here.
In our truck did not make it either. I carried him out of the truck and he passed away in my arms.
I carried him out of the truck and he passed away in my arms.
I can't imagine what that must have been like, but you had the presence of mind to try to get people.
It's just so sad.
To safety, but this all unfolded so quickly.
Very quick. It was. It's surreal.
And in those moments, where were your thoughts?
My first thoughts were for my buddy, you know. I mean, I wanted to make sure he was taken care of.
Yeah.
But, you know, we were pretty much yelling at everybody to stay down, you know. That was
you know, yeah,
what we needed to do.
Well, that's what we needed to do. Okay, now, so sorry for your friend and all those who've lost their lives and loved ones in this. But Mike Cronk, thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
Shut up. Now, I'm sorry, but Mr. Shit-Eating Grin right there doesn't really play that off very well, does he? You know, I've noticed that for some reason when FEMA or whoever it may be doing the exercise hires crisis actors, it seems like they always hire the absolute worst people to do these jobs. For instance, you remember Sandy Hook, right? Yeah, we all remember that one. Yeah, he was using an automatic rifle in the school. Well, it was found in the car and supposedly dude was shot dead. So how was he using that? He was shot dead in the school, but all the footage I remember seeing that fucking horrible day. You know, they're out in the woods with a Detroit fire truck parked right there. What? Very strange. You know what I'm saying? So, here, there's one more. Oh, yeah, I forgot. A guy chugging beer. True American right here. He's chugging beer, flipping off the gunman, and he's considered a hero. Let's remember, Let's thank this man for drinking his Busch Light and flipping off the gunman. He made himself a target so nobody else would get shot, right? Because dude all the way up in that window can obviously hit, you know, whoever he wants, considering he shot last dude in the chest 3 times. Wait for it. Yeah, don't worry about the gunshots or anybody else. You drink your Bud Light and you flip that guy off. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. True American, true hero right there. Fuck you, mate. You know what I'm saying? That's an American right there, bro. Oh, never mind, he's shooting. Get back down. And these gunshots sound very strange. I know shit can be distorted, and in an urban environment, you know, there's echoes and everything. But to me, from the comparison of footage, it sounds very, very strange. And I don't necessarily think that this is anything of what they claim it is. Alright. So, I've showed you 2 of the awesome, awesome heroes, right? There's one more I want you to see, because I find it very strange also. But we're not going to worry about it. What I am going to talk about is, just like any perfectly performed or perfectly planned false flag to take place, there's always the symbols, the numbers, and everything that the elitist scumbag the powers that be like to throw into the mix. Now, for instance, Mandalay Bay. What's right there in the background the whole time on all that footage we see? The big-ass Luxor Pyramid Hotel. Right there, the big pyramid all lit up right in the midst of everything. Coincidence? Hell no, it's not coincidence. Who thinks that could possibly be a coincidence? Yeah, it's built there beside Mandalay Bay. Really? Really? Okay. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, right? Vegas has so much money all over the place, right? Not only that, they also have CCTV cameras all over the place. You know, they are constantly taking footage for the instance of a Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12 type ordeal to go down. So, very small amount of footage from what I can tell for a place that literally has cameras everywhere. Okay? So, pretty fucking crazy right there. Sorry about the language, I'm wound up right now. But, you know what I mean? That's just insane. It seems like a major lack of footage in my opinion. And, to top that off, it's like, what exactly was this? You know what I mean? Now, this man in the Vegas Strip, which has so many cameras, like I've just explained repeatedly, so many cameras. I mean, like, literally, this is comparable to security right below, like, D.C. and New York after Homeland Security came out. You know what I mean? After DHS started hardcore, and after, you know, all this stuff, all the terror attacks started, you know, the security gets popping like crazy. Now, Vegas and New York and D.C. are obviously all places with the high up, top of the line security, correct? Now, my problem is, I'm like, thinking about this, and I'm like, so wait a minute, there's all this footage, you know, all this security, but yet this man who somehow managed to get 23 guns into his room over so many days or whatever, after flying his girlfriend to the Philippines and then back to Australia, and then now she came back to LAX, and then there's the other woman who went to the front, pushed her way all the way to the front of the concert, literally just to tell everybody that they will be dead soon. Very strange. Very strange. But all this goes down, you feel me? And he was capable of shooting for 72 minutes. Hitting one dude 3 times in the chest. The same guy in the chest 3 times. And from what his buddy knows, he's going to be all right, because that's pretty normal. Another guy was shot in the foot. And there's an interview with this guy shot in the foot, right? It's how many days since? And he's already up and walking. Like, wait, what? You're shot in the leg or the foot, whatever, and you're walking around? I think not. I think not. But once again, we talk about the amount of security and why this would be, you know, a false flag type event. So let's think about it. What is there to gain? Well, I can tell you right now, security and privacy are both, you know, hand in hand. So as security goes up, the privacy goes down. We already have none as it is. Our Bill of Rights is basically gone. And we look at what is going on with all this craziness, all these shootings, all these car rammings, all this, right? Now, just like the New York car rammings, there was legit a photographer waiting for this dude to get out and run around and jump in the air. Before Russian Vids was taken down off of YouTube, or he stopped his channel, whatever one, he took all the license plates you see throughout the car ramming in New York. All of them, man. All of them. 33s and, you know what I mean, 666s, or whatever the case may be. Just all the numerology is there. They put it right there in plain sight. So back to Mandalay Bay, though. I thought this video was going to be something for the background, but obviously it is not. So let's talk about this Mandalay Bay thing a little bit more. So 58 people killed and 400 wounded after one gunman, you know, which was also thought to be a couple or whatever it was. Luxor right there in the background. Shot all those people, though. You know what I mean? So we see the witnesses. We see the joke that it is. The false flag. What would they achieve? They would achieve more security. Because people now, you know, so scared that such a big place with so much security got hit so hard. So now we're going to be looking at gun bans or gun limitations or just absolute shitty circumstances when trying to purchase a firearm, if still capable of after this. And to top that off, it's very strange that in New York, all these mysterious metal towers started showing up. And rumor has it that these metal towers are straight up linked to DHS. So Department of Homeland has these towers going up where the toll booths are and tunnels and all this and that around New York. And they're directly linked to the Department of Homeland Security. So you can safely assume that these are X-ray body scanners or whatever it may be, CCTV cameras, you know. So just the security just keeps on going. Now there's predictive crime units out there. They're being used in Canada right now. So they use some algorithm with AI to predict where a crime will take place, and then the cops go to that area and arrest somebody if they have priors for the crime that's possibly going to take place. Now, that's insane, but my thoughts on this whole Mandalay Bay false flag, because that's exactly what it is. Nobody would act this way. Nobody would talk that way. Nobody would cheese that way if 400 people got shot and 58 died. You see what I mean? Doesn't make any damn sense whatsoever. Not at all. But my guess is this is going to just keep getting worse and worse and worse with the security, because now the masses are going to openly give away their privacy for safety, because God knows that we're no longer safe since Vegas with their security got hit so hard, and New York has had 9/11 happen, and the carjackings have happened, and the tube tunnel bombings in London have happened. You know, also, real quick before I cut this, look at that. Look at that. Always there's symbolism right in the midst. That, my friends, is not coincidence. Not even slightly for a second. Not at all is that coincidence. For instance, cigarettes kill the shit out of people, right? They are triple taxed or whatever by the government, and prices always seem to go up. So let's think about cigarettes for 1 second. I know it seems off topic, but you'll see why. There are cigarettes like Marlboros. What's the pack look like? Pyramid. When you open the lid, the cap comes off, right? Just like that little lit up cap on the top of the Luxor there. That's exactly what Marlboros look like. You lift the lid of the box and the great cap of the pyramid comes right off. So, very strange, unfinished pyramid when your cigarette box is open. That's one type of cigarettes that have the pyramid on it. Camels have all 3 pyramids on the back. And then you even have a company of cigarettes called Pyramids. It's just very strange. You see what I mean? They always throw their symbols in their stuff, in their ways of communicating. Just throwing it out there. But the masses basically, after an event like this, are basically, you know, going to just freely give up the rights to privacy and whatnot for safety, because now they're going to think that there's no way we can be safe unless we sacrifice privacy. Also, the gun ban, it's very possible that will happen after this. You know, it's also very possible that those metal towers that shot up overnight in New York is going to happen here in Vegas also, and every other big city is going to follow suit. And then there's always the chance of AI, algorithmic, predictive crime prevention techniques to come to the U.S. and be used. I say it all the time. It's an arms race right now for super intelligent self-learning AI. Now, with Google, the guy that was all about the self-driving cars, he actually just started a religion called Way of the Future, where they worship self-learning AI. So self-learning would also be self-replicating, because it would figure it out that that's the way to do it. So if he's already making a religion called Way of the Future, where they worship something created by humans, but ultimately with a godlike consciousness, because it knows every fact about absolutely everything in existence, you know, that's why they consider it their higher power, essentially. But if they're already making that religion off of that and worshiping something that we created that is self-learning and super advanced and knows everything about everything, that means it's already here somewhere, or we're right on the verge of it. Hence why Elon Musk came out and talked about it. Hence why, you know, all those little stories come out about Mark Zuckerberg's AI at Facebook creating its own language and talking to another type of AI system or whatever it was. Just basically, my point here is this was clearly a false flag. Clearly a false flag. And there is something to gain. And it's the lack of privacy for us. So nothing for us to gain. But as for the powers that should not be, there is definitely something to gain with this. Taking away all privacy, increasing security, using AI predictive crime prevention and whatnot. So there's a lot of things that are going to come from this, and a gun ban if that happens. And then all the body scanners, all the x-rays, all the CCTV cameras that will be put up everywhere across the country. It's looking wild. It's looking real wild, people. But just remember, there's always symbols, and you can find them. They're always right in the middle of everything. But alright, y'all, I'm going to cut this video. It got kind of long. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, and share if you'd like to. I'd appreciate it. All right, y'all. Thank you for being subscribed. Thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, feel free to. Peace.